Today is March 6th. Today's quote is entitled, "Be the kind of person you want to be married to." And the quote is, be the kind of person you'd want to be married to. A disciple of mine had just written me and reminded that I told her that because she wanted to get married. And I said, well, have mercy on your potential husband. And why don't you be the kind of person you'd like to be married to? Otherwise, you could possibly drive him crazy. You could drive him into misery. It happens. But we can apply this principle to everything. Be the kind of friend you'd like to have. Be the kind of employee you'd like to have. Be the kind of boss you'd like to have. If you're a temple president, be the kind of temple president you'd like to have. If you're a spiritual master, be the kind of spiritual master you'd like to have. If you're a teacher, be the kind of teacher you'd like to have. We don't always see ourselves in light of how we're affecting others. We don't always see ourselves in terms of how our actions can make someone very inspired, very happy, very peaceful, or very handicapped, very distraught, very miserable. So, imagine that you were married to yourself and ask yourself, well, what wouldn't I like about being married to myself? You can also ask yourself, what would I like about being married to myself? But I think the most important question is, what wouldn't I like about being married to myself? And I've done this in workshops. And when I ask that question, you inevitably hear some sighs because people realize, oh my God, oh my Govinda, if I were married to myself, that would be a challenge, or that would be extremely difficult, or that would be miserable actually. So it's a reflection, and so rather than think, this is what I want my husband or my wife to be, it's okay to think what you want in a husband or wife. But it's better to think, what should I be to them? In the same way, I often say, you want to think of what kind of guru you want, what are the qualities of a spiritual master that you want, but you also want to think, am I qualified to be a disciple? What qualities should I have? Would I like to be a guru would I like to be a guru who had a disciple like me? What if I were a guru and I had a disciple like me? Would that be good? Would that be a problem? It's a nice meditation. So think of things in terms of the person you have a relationship with. What would it like to be a husband to me? What would it like to be a teacher if I'm the student, a disciple? If I were the guru, what would it be like to have a disciple like me? Wow, that's an interesting thought, isn't it? So it's nice to think like this. I always try to think what I would like in a husband if I were a woman, what I would like in a disciple. Thinking of Prabhupada, what he would like, what would I like in a friend, and so forth. And so it's a nice meditation. A lot can come from that meditation, and I encourage you to, I know it's not easy, but I encourage you, try to do that, reflect on that, see what comes up. I think it's going to help you.